Om. Namaste. Welcome everyone to Satsang today. And again, big welcome to all the friends around the world who are joining us today via internet for live broadcast. So, big welcome for everybody. And very much look forward to today, Satsang, what is going to happen today. Very good. Already? Come, please. You can come. Yes. Don't doubt, no?
Hello, Mooji. I have a question, but my description, I'm not very sure that it's correct, it's true. I'm very unsure about what I'm going to describe to you.
Okay.
I'm not very unsure, just not sure.
No, it's okay, not sure.
Yes.
It's good when we're not sure. Because when we feel very sure about anything in the world, it turns out it's not like that. Okay? So you cannot be sure about anything in the manifest world because it is subject to some change. So not sure, we are comfortable. And then we see if there is something to be sure about, then we can see if we can find that.
I have practiced this self-inquiry for a while, and I'm certain that I'm not a person. And sometimes in the satsang, when you guide us to some sort of sitting and looking and confirming, at those moments, I confirm myself to be the formless awareness where I'm looking from. And even when not in satsangs, sometimes, for some periods, I have that. I know that I am the awareness where I'm looking from.
Yes.
But it doesn't last. That confirmation doesn't last.
The conviction doesn't last. What doesn't last?
That I'm so not very sure. I'm not very sure whether...
we're going to find out then.
That is...
What doesn't last, you see? Because you say that now through the inquiry, I am sure that I'm not merely a person. No? That can sometimes be on the surface, but it's not the actuality or the fact of what is or what I am. This I'm clear about. You say also, I am clear that awareness is really what is, and it is where I'm looking from as awareness itself.
And I am awareness.
I am that awareness itself. Okay? So, then this is not something you're telling yourself. You're not saying, I am the awareness, I am the awareness, I am. You're not doing that. You know you are the awareness. Simple. So it's something stable there. And then you surprise me a little bit. You say, but it doesn't last. Then I'm asking you, what doesn't last? What doesn't last? The awareness doesn't last?
No, not that. The confirmation, the conviction, or...
Yeah, awareness
like
does
that.
not need any confirmation though. Even confirmation or conviction is itself something arising in the awareness. Can we say like that? Can we look at that? Those of you who have been looking into this, genuinely looking, no? Not imagining. Yeah? And I have already said, it's not necessary to imagine anything. The truth is clear enough by itself. It does not need imagination, does not need creative thinking or any kind of visualizing. It is clear enough like that, no? So in your looking, genuinely looking in your introspection, you are only looking, not creating. And like you say, I found I am that awareness itself. I am that awareness itself. Then I ask, then you say that, but something doesn't last. And I ask you, what doesn't last? The awareness doesn't last? You say, no, not the awareness, but the conviction. Something like this. The conviction doesn't last. Then whose conviction? Whose conviction doesn't last? Isn't conviction also another sense that you have, which awareness is not a conviction, isn't it? Conviction, now you can say something feels really sure now, Mooji, something feels really sure, but actually now it's going. Aren't you observing that also? This morning my conviction was very strong, no? But afterwards you said something and my conviction is getting weaker and weaker. Are you commenting about awareness itself or some other thing? You see? So this is very good that these things, like what you're brought up, that you bring them up. So we can all look together, because as you're speaking, we have to ourselves introspect a little bit and look and see, is he right? Check it in. Something doesn't last, okay? What is it that doesn't last? What is not eternal does not last. So even conviction, I say, something more than conviction. You see? Something beyond even conviction. Conviction is as good as it gets. I am convinced. Even when you speak, you say, if I refer to you, you, that man over there, will you come here? And you say, I'm not a man, I'm a woman. And, no, you, sir, come here. But I'm not, sir, I'm a woman. Look, do you have to think about it? Are you convinced that you're a woman? No, you don't have any question. It's doubtless, isn't it? You have a doubtless conviction, but I'm a woman. You're calling me. I doesn't care if you are some guru or what. I'm not a man, isn't it? So you don't doubt that, because something behind is much more stable. It is like a fact. Then you say, I look, and the conviction doesn't last. And I'm going to tell you one step beyond even a conviction, whereby even conviction is observed itself, isn't it? So this final sort of seeing, you must confirm now, you see.
Even when the conviction is there,
Yeah.
I'm aware that it is just another phenomenal thing.
Very good. Very good. Even feeling. If you say, but I'm not feeling like the awareness today. I say, but what does that mean? Is awareness merely a feeling? Aren't feelings themselves phenomenal that are also observed in the awareness? Don't get stuck there. Don't combine the awareness with any state, however sublime, like that, you see? You see? So even if I said to you, the awareness is like a feelingless feeling. It's very subtle. Oh, yes. No, even beyond that itself, even. So even a feelingless feeling is also perceived. We are not cursing anything. I'm just showing you that which cannot be seen phenomenally. Maybe some resistance is in the mind, like, what is he talking about? Like, how can I see that? No, you cannot see that. Then how can I know it? If I cannot see it, how can I know it? And you say, wow, can I know something that I cannot see? In a way, it's almost because there are things you can see, then you are aware of that which you cannot see. Didn't I say yesterday the words of St. Francis? What you are looking for, what you are searching for, is already where the search is happening from. What you're looking for is already where you're looking from. Take a moment and reflect upon that. There is something very immediate in what we are sharing today. It's immediate. I'm not giving any homework. Immediately you can check in, you see. Why? Because we are speaking about what is timeless and timelessly present. It is not in a cave, it's not on top of a hill, it's not on the ground, it's here. Where exactly is it? Well, it's not even an it. Language tries its best to convey that which watches language attempting to define it. It is a deep intuitive sensing, and somehow mind is the instrument, you can say, for interpreting, for measuring change or variety. It needs some quality to compare. So how can it discern awareness itself, you see? It itself is perceived inside the awareness itself. There's nothing behind awareness. And awareness is not, when I say awareness, I'm not talking about some abstract, sterile state somewhere. It gives birth to life itself and observes the dance of existence without any change occurring to that. And I told you, imagination is not invited for this. It's not needed. So, what have you seen now? That something was been very stable. I'm very touched by what you're sharing. There's no doubt that I am the awareness. You don't even say, I come to awareness. You say, I am that awareness. Then something seems to create an atmospheric change. You say, the conviction sometimes, you see? The conviction becomes weak. When the conviction becomes weak, does awareness depend upon conviction? And who will be convinced of it even? These are subtle things. I cannot speak openly about it with every person because something inside you must be sufficiently flexible, mature enough to begin to comprehend the subtlety of this kind of pointing. You are discovering home. You are discovering your natural being. You are not going to create that. You are somehow recognizing that. Of course, if we have strong tendencies and identity as merely our bodies and our conditioning, then maybe what I'm speaking will not appeal to you. It will feel like it's just too dry, it's too direct. And the mind wants a journey. It wants to practice. It wants to experience the sense of growing and coming closer and closer. You see? This is fine also, because that's also a way in which consciousness expresses itself as life, as personhood, as existence, as evolution. And that is, I don't fight with that. That is fine also. But there are some beings who are a little tired of practice. Just practice, practice. What is the fruit of your practice? What has been the fruit and what is the fruit of your practice? You see? It cannot be something that you have. Can I say like this? Ultimately, it will not be something that you have, that you get, because there's a duality there. It must be to find what you inseparably are, what you are. But while we embrace our psychological identity, fear accompanies us, because there's doubt that if I discover myself, it will be a sacrifice. I will lose some things that I enjoy, and it's going to be painful. But all of this is coming from the mind and not from yourself. There is no pain in yourself knowing itself. If there is pain, it comes really the pain of separating from our attachments, maybe. And it's mentally and psychologically generated. So where are you now? In this thing, you say conviction. We are looking at conviction. Is conviction necessary now? It was necessary at a certain stage that one is growing in conviction. Growing in conviction. And you're taking steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Then the 6th step, then after the 6th step, there is only where the steps are leading to. Then you must leave the 6th step, or whatever number. You see? The 6th step now is conviction. Conviction brought you here, to the door of nirvana itself. And now what? Stand outside the door knocking? Step, you see? Then I say, but something observes 6th step. It observes conviction even. This one is already inside, the inside already. You follow, or I've gone too far, or what? If you come to the door, the 6th step takes you to the threshold. Now you knock. After this, after the 6th step, last step, what happened? Then also, whatever movement must come from inside. And the inside says that the 6th step is also now left. It is perceived. What perceives that final step, you see? You say conviction. What perceives even conviction now? That is also seen. From where is it seen, you see? It's simple, isn't it?
Yes.
Then if it is, then you will not be troubled anymore by that. Now, because that was a concept that was a bit sticky. You say, now, I know I am the awareness, but when this mood comes, some mood comes and I doubt myself. My conviction drops. What can I do about that? So I am not going to tell you to go and work on conviction. You see? I say, what is conviction? And something, yes. I'm already beyond the conviction itself. Small twist in consciousness. Sometimes maybe just one concept now left. In the same way, as I said, your finger can hide the sun from you, like this. Your fingernail can hide the sun. In the same way, a concept believed in can somehow block the intuitive recognition of your true self, somehow. This is an example, you see, conviction. It has helped us in so many things. It has helped you to confirm so many things. But the final thing, even conviction has to go. In this room, even conviction cannot enter now. You follow or not? Yeah. This is very important, you see. Empty beyond even the concept of emptiness. No? Conviction, finally, she's taken you everywhere. Now you must leave her also. Thank you so much. Now. Then what remains now? The mind is searching for something. The mind will be searching for something because it's used to having a job. It needs another job. Feel that sometimes, a little itch. It wants something, you see. Observe that, that's also phenomenal. It is nothing. You don't have to try and satisfy the hunger for another job, another task. You're not a taskmaster now. And you are not left in a state of anxiety or waiting. Don't identify with anything. You're here. That's it. You're here. It doesn't mean now that you're going to sit, don't move. Now you have reached him. You have to sit like him now for centuries. No. Because you will see that your dynamic expression as life was never the trouble. It was never in the way of your realization. It was more here, the interpreting tendencies that polluted your perception and make you feel that somehow, you have to be a certain way, or that this thing is not good. Oh, flowers are good for meditation, okay? But weeds are not. The mind is going to make all this stuff, and it will keep you busy. Life after life, womb after womb, you will continue like this. If you keep on shopping in the mall of the mind, you will keep on finding things, you see. Some people are afraid. They say, but if I solve myself, but what am I going to do after that? If I do as you say, and I discover my truth, there's nothing to do. You yourself said there's nothing to do. Am I going to be unemployable eternally or what? You see? Because it's still working, something, no? Therefore, it is important that awakened beings are always in the manifest world. Because it is not books that will give you conviction. It is to encounter a life which is the evidence of truth. A life which is the evidence itself of the truth. And it is not a book. Then something primal inside our being unavoidably responds to such a one. Then you will begin to experience the depth, the profundity, the wonderfulness that is that communion of being. You will experience this thing. Mostly now we communicate only through verbal things. We have so trust in the verbal communication, mental communication. But the one who is established in the truth in the heart, don't only rely upon verbal communication. They are not even trying to communicate even. But their presence communicates. It communicates the perfume of God. It communicates the perfume of the divine. This is what happened. They don't have to teach, you must do this and you must do that. This is not the true teaching. in fact. In fact, the true teaching is not teaching, actually. It's being. You may, in your life, have encountered some being in whose presence your mind became spontaneously quiet. Or you have never met them before, but there's a powerful attraction towards them. What is this attraction, you see? And it's not just your projection. Something inside must have an affinity with that one, you see? This is the divine attraction. And through that attraction, the truth is communicated at the most subtle way. There are many forms of communication.
I think I understand what the thought that helped me. I think just last week or so, you said that the event of awakening, if it happens, it is also housed in awareness.
Yes. Yes.
And when that conviction happens to me, because of what you said, I became attached to that.
Yes. Actually, what I said is that the reality, the self, is not an event. This is what I say, no? It itself is not an event. If there is an event, it is the event of the recognition of that, which is not an event. Is it clear? That in itself is not an event. If there is an event, it is the event of the recognizing of it. You may call that an event if you wish, you see? So that can happen in an instant, you see? Like in an instant, somehow there's some shift in the perspective and it is recognized. I gave an example, I feel it is a good one now, appropriate now, that many years ago, when I was still at school, one boy came and he showed me just a picture about this size like that, like the size of a stamp, you know. It was just a black and white picture. And he asked me, "What do you see?" I looked at it, no? And it was just a black and white shapes. And what I perceived was a white, like vase, like this. White vase, like a Grecian urn, against a black background. I thought, what is this? What is there is a white vase in a black background. He says, okay. Look again. Is there anything else that you see? Is this some kind of trick or something? Because that's all there is. What is there? It's so simple. No details, no color, simple shape. I said, but that's what I see. There is just a white vase in this black background. He says, look again. I'm looking. I don't see anything. He says, can you see the two faces? Two faces? What are you talking about? There's no two faces. Look again. Concentrate on the black. Concentrate on the black. So I don't see anything. Keep looking. No, look. I see two faces identically looking at each other like this. So, wow, that's amazing. That's just amazing. There's these two faces. He says, where's the vase? I said, I can't see the vase. Now there's only two faces looking at each other. Wow, this is really clever, no? How did you do that? He said, I didn't do anything. But I can't find the vase anymore. All I can see is the two faces, no? He says, look for the vase again. Focus on the whites, no? I look. I can see the vase. I can see the vase. Oh, it's amazing. It's fantastic. Where's the faces? I don't know. So This was the first time I discovered this artist. I think his name is Escher. No? He made many illusions, yeah? Like this, tricks of the eye. Good title actually, good trick of eye. Then I observed like this, but actually there is something in this. The self always is. It is the one who is looking, but somehow it seems that something is looking for it. It is the one who sees even seeing itself. It is that which perceives perceiving also. But itself, can it be perceived? Then, but it's very difficult. This is very difficult. Because mind is trying, you see. And mind is always a groove, meaning that it looks through its conditioning, whereas the self is beyond conditioning. So the mind only has to rely upon conditioning to look at everything in life from the same groove. It is a very strong limitation. So something like this, I gave this example, something happens, and just in a flash like that, sometimes the seeing confirms. And some people at that point, they are unable to speak. Some people. Some burst out laughing. They're laughing. Some crying. Some we don't know. When one recognizes that I've been living with the wrong idea of myself for so long, and now in an instant I can see why my life has been so troublesome. Because when I imagine that I am this person, no? The person is so insecure, no? It's so much depending upon so many factors for its own peace. It's working hard to be accepted. It is afraid of being rejected. It needs so many things. You see, little time is left even to contemplate itself. But now, all this is seen somehow. But what is seeing all of this, somehow, can it be seen? This is why I put this question, can the seer be seen? You see, this is question. Not the mental question. If you feel something for this question, the attention reverses away from looking at the playing field and turns inwardly, you see, to see where is my seeing emerging from and what perceives this, you see. And I don't want to speak anything more about it. I will leave the rest with you. Then you can report. I invite anybody, please come and share your discovery with me and with everybody, what you have found. You share that. I don't want any stories. We're not talking stories now. That's old mind. That which is beyond all stories, the most pure, you see.
Mooji,
The most pure.
regarding that question, and some other few questions you often ask, I find that I cannot actively ask those questions, even when at the moments those questions were being asked. it is also looked. I mean, just sometimes accidentally those questions were being asked, but
Yes. Let me ask them for you and see what the question itself, maybe there is no answer to this question. Maybe that's not the point. That will be the mind's point. The mind says, question, answer. Question, answer. You see? Action, reaction. Like this, no? But this question is an introspective question. Most questions we ask, they are what I call objective questions. And they can be satisfied with objective answers, no? But this question, can the seer be seen? Then the attention must leave everything, must leave the object of perception and find the subject itself, if the subject can be perceived, you see? This is very important. Why would I ask a question that has no answer, that no verbal or conceptual answer will satisfy? Reflect on this for a moment. No? Why to ask any question when no mental, intellectual, theoretical, verbal answers will satisfy? Then what then? Because perhaps there is not an answer to this question, but some kind of response will happen, or something may drop away, or some insight may come, or some revelation may come. That is the potency of this question, you see? Not merely question-answer, you see? Sometimes I discourage, I said, I ask question, I don't want your answer. I want you somehow to create some space for my question. So allow this question to reveal and to open up its own mystery. It is the question that is important more than the answer immediately. Allow it some space, and it will detonate somehow internally to the one who really is caught by this, in the grip of it, Yeah. You are right what you speak, in fact. You've come to the place of the awareness itself, and then it's like everything collapses into that unicity itself. So you stay put. You stay put like that. Then the head will turn, the mouth will open, the hands will move, interactions will happen, and they will make sense if they need to. You will correspond with beings in a perhaps in a much more deep way, in fact. And there will be more an intuitive guiding somehow of what to discard, what to invite. And it will be impersonal more and more like this. Anything left to
no.
I am very, very happy, with what you have shared also. What you asked, what you have experienced like that. How much more to go now?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's good. Good answer. Good answer. I don't know. Okay. Thank you for now. Thank you for now. Very, very good. Good start. Good start today. You come. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, Mooji, very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
My question is related to my self-inquiry,
Ah.
because it changed since the moment I came to Rishikesh,
Yeah.
and I'm having difficulties to discern if what's going on is a big avoidance of mine,
Is a big avoidance of the mind, yeah, okay.
or if I'm being introduced to myself,
Yes.
and then I can't recognize this because it's very new.
Okay. Okay.
So what's been going on is that many times in satsang, or when I'm doing my self-inquiry in my room,
Yeah.
I get very quiet, then I start to watch my body, I can perceive everything, but then I drift into a state that I don't know how to describe, but it feels a little bit between sleeping and awake.
Yeah.
And in this state, this is I know the body's there. I don't see bright lights, angels, anything. I know my body's there, but it's very subtle. And sometimes when I'm sitting, I even crash my head.
Yes, yes, yes.
in somebody's in the front, Sometimes I have to sit because.
You headbutt them in the back.
Yes,
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
I know that,
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sleeping. I had the sleeping pills that you give us
Yes,
sometimes. I know it's not the sleeping pill.
Yes, yes.
And I've been trying, and I understood too by looking when I'm in this state, if I can perceive, but then I realized that I see from it, and I don't see
You see from that.
from that.
So if, for example, you're sitting and somehow the body just goes down,
Yes.
but your consciousness hasn't moved.
No.
No?
No,
The
no.
body seems to just involuntarily,
Yeah.
it goes forward, no?
And then it comes back.
Then
normal.
something come back. Okay. And what?
No, and then it come back and doesn't bother the state, keeps going.
Yes, yes.
And
But
then-
when it happens, it's internally, there's no change.
change.
No change.
No,
Okay. Yes,
no.
yeah.
So I don't know if this is avoidance, how can I overcome it? And if this is what I am, and I'm getting used to it, what is it?
It is a manifestation for the moment. I would not give too much importance to that. Don't give it to your mind. Otherwise, it starts to create some kind of story around that, and it's not necessary. You see? Because actually, so diverse is the expressions of consciousness. And so, this could happen. Supposing in your inquiry, as you're looking and coming to this seeing, but all of what is perceived, even the most subtle sensations, they are perceived like this, and suddenly they start to twitch. And there's awareness, and this twitching, like this, no? And then something goes, oh, I don't want this to happen, you see? Okay? But I would say keep quiet, just let it happen. Don't abandon your inquiry prematurely because of this. Because it could be a point where you begin to deviate and then give energy to, wow, I don't like that people see me doing this. Because then, I'm going to look strange. And you see, back here again into the personal mind again. Whereas I don't feel that it matters, you see. Where we are also in Sahaja, where I'm living, we have many people, the behavior come out a little bit like that, but we allow it, you see. And some people coming may be a bit surprised, what's happening with these people? Why are they laughing, another one crying, another one shouting and so on. It's like a madhouse or something. I said, it is fine. It's not like that all the time, okay? Just that if we have some person from the government coming, we take all these strange ones and we hide them somewhere for a little bit. And we put forward the ones who can, can hold it together for a while, at least, And then say, thank you, Minister, thank you very much. And then they go, and then like this. I feel that when you're in this kind of space, that it is okay, because we are so cultured that, some things are acceptable, some things are not. And life, or God, you may say also, demonstrate that all these conditionings are only conditioning. In India, it is a certain way to behave in some things. In the Caribbean, another way. In another place, another way. So it shows by all these differences that none of them is purely true. It is just a conditioning. And that we are intimidated by conditioning also. You see? That of course, if people see you doing something like this, then, they may think, wow, my God, what's happening? She needs to go to the doctor or something. Or, is she becoming a chicken? Or what's happening like this? Like this. Or you're thinking that they're thinking that you're becoming a chicken or whatever. So like this, no? So it is good if you have the kind of support spatially and emotionally like that of a Sangha also that allows and understands that sometimes it's just a burping out of sometimes tail energies inside the being or whatever it is, but you don't have to attend to that. And this is my point. You don't have to give too much attention to that because it is insignificant, it's nothing. And in its own time, it will go. You see? Because life is not trying to embarrass you. It's not like that, no? Sometimes we feel like that. I remember in my own case, many years, when it was the early stages, and I was very much in this surrendered space to God and everything, God knows best, and just everything like that. And I was very happy away. Then one time in my town, outside the tube station in Brixton, very busy place. And opposite is body shop and all this movement around this place. And one Saturday, there was a group, a religious group outside. And it was full hallelujahs, Hallelujah, praise the Lord, have mercy. And it was like this, And I was thinking, I found myself there looking, and the people very, very static, very... And a feeling came, you have to join them. So my God. Now, this is in my own town, I was Mr. Cool. Understand? But I was feeling that maybe this is something that you have to do. You have to demonstrate to God that you can do this thing, for God. You understand? Okay? And then you're a good candidate because you've passed the test, like this. And I was sitting there and I was thinking, listen, okay, I'll do it. Okay? But you have to put it inside my heart to do that. Okay? Because I see nothing wrong with it. It felt nice. The music is good. I feel something. But to go and do it, So I said, okay, let me do. Because every now and again I saw a school friend passing and I thought, oh, no. Or one old girlfriend going, oh my God. So there was some fear like that. And then somehow I said, okay, I'm up for it, And nothing happened.
It was good.
Huh?
It was good.
It was relief a little bit, somehow. Because there was a fear inside that you are going to have to demonstrate against your nature and so on, to demonstrate to the world that you have changed and that you're on God's side or something, this type of thing, you see. So I saw that something let go of that and said, I don't mind, because the power inside my heart and the love inside my heart, the surrender inside the heart was so strong that I said, I don't mind now. I don't mind, even if the whole world were to laugh at you, or even reject you. We don't want you on our planet. Something inside felt, I am with you. Okay, if you're with me, everything good. That was how it was feeling, you see. And then all these things drop away, all this kind of stuff, they fell away. So then after I see people sometimes afraid, I said, no, relax, it's okay. It's okay. Because sometimes in this, something inside can manifest in very mystical ways. Are you allowing this? Or are you saying that it must conform itself to human conduct? You see? Sometimes it expresses for a while like this. And you think, oh my God, wanting to be like this forever. Well, you're not going to be like anything forever. But I was open to this, to let it. And somehow it took out the most important thing. It took away the fear. That's it, see? So something is taking place for you at this certain stage, and you may find that this thing happened. I said, don't worry, it's okay. What is important is that there is something that doesn't happen. There is a silence, a stillness, a kind of continuity, but it's not even continuity because it's not continuing, it just is.
Yes, when I was trying to figure out by myself, then I started to observe from that space. And also, it was very clear for me since I came to Rishikesh that the stillness became very, very strong.
Yes.
It was already going on,
Yes.
but then I even watched that stillness was not by itself. It comes from somewhere else. So this was beautiful.
Yes.
So I thought, maybe if this happens, this thing, it's okay. I'm
Yes.
grateful even
Yes.
with this.
This is very good. Just you be one with that. Until even the efforts for oneness also drop away. Then even the concept of oneness also can drop away. Then you're in the unspeakable, the unborn. Now don't see, oh, wow, some strange. No, no, no. It is yourself. It has always been yourself. You have always been this thing. Beauty gives life to life. It is manifesting all this joy, this silence, this profound silence that is there. This feeling of emptiness also, like a kind of solid emptiness. You see? Sometimes it's so empty, so silent, it's like your whole body becomes like a rock. There's so much silence, too much peace. You know? Like this. Then sometimes even to move the head, you see, it feels like it's that kind of, almost like a kind of tense peace. A strange thing. You know what I mean?
I know.
You see? But no complaint, no, it's there. Then time to move, some movement happens sometimes, very dynamic, it's okay. But still that which perceives is remains unaltered.
Yeah, sometimes I come out from Satsang, like yesterday, and like so difficult to walk, you know, it's like,
But, yes, but there's tremendous joy, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes, yeah,
it's
tremendous
just
joy.
very so still that goes like,
Yes,
like very high,
yes, yes, yes.
you know.
Yes, yes. It's very good.
Thank you very much, Mooji. You're very beautiful.
Good to talk with you. Huh? That's okay. Very good, very good, very good. Yeah. Yeah. Quite a team there.
Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste.
This time coming to satsang, there's like a wall disappearing.
A wall that
wall
is
disappearing.
disappearing.
That keeps me away from you.
Yeah. A wall is disappearing or appearing.
Disappearing.
A wall is disappearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means I feel I can. It feels I'm closer to you.
Yeah. So.
The closer it feels, the more the mind is freaking, like buckets of fear and thoughts are coming.
Yes.
And it's perceived, but it doesn't change. So what I do then is, that's what you told me once, to turn around.
Yes.
To turn around and look in the other direction.
Yeah.
And what happens then is it's becoming more silent, but it feels like being in a frozen state.
Yeah. So.
and it takes a lot of energy to stay there.
Yeah.
And then I try to push through in a way, in a sense that as if I'm concentrating on the sky and not on the clouds. But it takes a lot of effort.
Okay.
And if I come out from that, then,
Yes.
like I forget everything and drive on the wrong side and like this. Huh? And it has to do a lot with fear, and I'm not suffering from that fear, but it goes on my nerves. I'm waking up at night, I cannot sleep anymore, there's a lot of energy in my system, and everything is perceived, but...
Okay, come up here. What you're talking about, I'm very happy that somebody brings these things up, because when someone does this, it gives opportunity to address something which has a much broader implication, broader manifestation than just merely one person. And yeah, good. Now come even closer. I want you to come, because you're afraid of me, you see, and you have to come right up here. Put her here like this, come here, like this, come over there. Yeah, bring it over there. And yeah. No. Oh, you want to sit on the floor? No, take the chair. Put the chair here. Yeah, turn it around completely. That's it, and sit with me. That's it. This is very good like that. So, we are going to talk to everybody about this, about our relationship.
I have to talk?
I wanted to say something because what you brought, I feel very happy for that, because it gave chance to talk about something which is a very common phenomenon. No? As soon as you feel that pull to go inside genuinely, as you pointed out, the sense of a wall seems to be breaking down, but this wall of separation between the two of us, no, like this, it seems to be breaking down, but now what happens is some fear is coming up. Something is attracted to come. I say the heart is attracted to the heart. It's attracting to the heart, no? But the mind is saying, listen, bad idea. Bad idea. Where is the place for me? The mind is saying, oh, bad idea. I don't recommend this marriage. I have been the wife, and now you want me to be the mistress, and this is not good. Something. So in another way, it comes like that some attraction is there. It happens so often that, you see, your mind feels afraid of me, but it's not afraid of you. You see? So it will tell you everything to say, look, don't go there, because in a way, your relationship is going to threaten my existence. I am the one who talks to you. I'm your advisor. I'm your own personal Google. I tell you everything and so on. And you're going to go to some place where you don't need that anymore. You are just going to be. And then, what you're going to do if you just be. I show you how many things you can become, but you just want to be. You see, like this. So some fear is coming like that. And I always tell, sometimes also, fear comes, and if you don't break through the fear, then it can become very nasty. It will try and completely throw mud at me, like that, you see. Say, look at him, yeah, and all of these things, you see. We were talking this morning with Shiva, we were talking a little bit, and he said like that, the people, sometimes they are attacking on the satsang because they are afraid. Something is afraid, and that they need to spend just more time with you. They really need to come and spend some time, but it takes a kind of surrender, and something is afraid of that. You see? If they spend time, they would somehow acclimatize to the heart more. But they don't. They have this resistance, is holding back, and it's only the resistance of the mind. But we are still not clear which part is enough mind and which is me. There has to be a discernment between yourself and your mind. The mind is part of self also. But you must discern, you see, you can be without your psychological mind, but it cannot be without you. You must make this discovery like that. And so this is what happened. And then when you're like this, then it's easy for people to put bad things in your head, because something wants to believe it in order to avoid coming. And I just want to put it, what are you avoiding? What is your mind trying to avoid? Your freedom. Your freedom means that you stand alone. You stand inside your own center, inside your own being. I am not trying to get anybody to become anything. I don't want anybody to become any member. We don't have a club. But there's a joy in watching something being set free from the psychological conditioning that makes us very dependent, very frustrated, very angry, all of this thing. And to return to your original nature. Then go anywhere you want to go. That's good. You see. And you move more and more into your heart, which has no trouble with love. It has no trouble with peace and no. Then you say you can't sleep in the night. So for a while, you see, you are still here. You know? Something is still here. Something wants to run, and something is staying. As soon as you choose the truth in your heart, there's a bit of battle going on. You know? And for a while, it may come like that. You can't sleep, you've got a headache, and then maybe you may just come and say, you know what, it's not worth it. I have to go somewhere. Maybe I go to Goa a little bit. And you go to Goa and you have a fantastic time. The mind says, oh, great decision. Look how nice. Like this, no? And then you only missed a chance. It will come again, maybe. Maybe. But you stay. You stay. And say, doesn't matter if I get biggest headache. Doesn't matter if I can't sleep. My answer to truth is yes. I'm going for gold. Yeah.
In fact, there's nowhere I can go.
It's good.
I can go to Goa and still I don't sleep.
You can't what?
I can't sleep in Goa.
You can't sleep in Goa. Oh. Because Goa means go, no? You can't sleep. But I will always encourage, stay through this. You see? It's like your mind is fighting, but it has a limited, if you stay put, at a certain point it will start to collapse in its strength. Like that. It's a game you have to transcend. You see? We have forces inside us. Right? There's a force that functions to keep your attention only upon your physical existence, upon your day-to-day life and, like this, mundane things. There's a force that wants to hold you in the shape of just a person. And there's another force, which is your freedom, presence, your joy, you know. So when you choose, I want to find out, I want to go as far as I can go, to be as true as I can be to what I am, then this little tension will come, battle will come, you will lose some nights. Sometimes I say, fasten your seatbelt, it's going to be a bit of a bumpy ride for a little bit, because something is fighting to sit on the throne of your heart. The mind wants to stay. So you fight a little bit, fighting, You are not fighting even. You don't have to fight. You only have to keep choosing. You only choose. Let grace fight for you. You keep choosing, yes, I choose the true. I choose what is true. And when power comes to expose something, let it be exposed. When power comes to look deeply into something, you look like that. You become empty. That's it. And when you're empty, you're the most powerful because you're present. You're awake. You're alive. You see? But when you have a lot of thoughts in your head, lots of techniques, you're not really in life. And the worst thing is only to be psychologically, biologically alive. It's not enough. Isn't it? You have to be free. So we're back again?
What?
Are we together on this one?
Yeah.
But did you say what you want to say, or did you want to express something more?
No, the only thing is, I don't know. I have the feeling the mind is getting energy from somewhere, and I don't know if it collapses sometimes because it's quite familiar for a long time, and it doesn't seem to collapse. So,
But if you take the attitude, even suppose the mind is not collapsing, okay? Of what consequence is that to the awareness itself? Suppose the mind says, "Look, I'm not going.
no, there's no consequence. It's just.
I keep the house. I am not going." So, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm just sitting there and waiting and watching and watching and watching.
Yeah,
and
that's mind. That's playing mind's game. You're waiting for mind, and mind says he's waiting. I will just smoke a pipe. I'm not going. You see? So, no, this is really important, no? Because from the position of the awareness cannot, listen, the psychological mind cannot intimidate your true self. It can only intimidate the idea you hold of who you are. It can only attack your self-image. And it is good that it attacks your self-image so that you give up the self-image. You say, "You want my self-image? Have it." You think if you give your self-image up, there's nothing left for you? You have all awareness. You are awareness. So rather than trying to bargain with the mind, like, okay, you have the car. No, I am joking now. But no, listen, let me finish it because I'm on a run now. And just you stay as the awareness itself. Just if you recognize, but this is just awareness. This is a game going on in awareness in the region of my mind and so on. This is very, very important. And then somehow the potency, the virility of those kind of thoughts and stuff, they already are losing power. While you feel I'm waiting, then that's a painful state. You're waiting for another condition to happen. You're waiting for the mind to be more calm, for the mind to give you a break. And the mind doesn't need a holiday. It just says, "No, I'm not going."
All I'm wondering about is, it's like maybe I'm missing something, that I give energy to the mind. I'm feeding the mind in a way that it cannot collapse, and that's my feeling.
This identity, this one also, you are still somehow imparting energy to this identity. You're still doing it, you see? This is subtle. This is so good, actually, to see that this identity that you are speaking from is saying, "I don't know where I'm going wrong. I'm feeding the mind somewhere," and this one, you see? So even this identity, it also is perceived. Go deeper into just the awareness itself. Awareness is not waiting for the mind. It's not supplying energy to the mind. It's something that is interested in having a life this way or that way, and sees, oh, the mind is blocking my life. I call that phenomenal. It's a subtle thing, and many people become lazy initially in their spiritual quest to tackle this, because this identity feels like it's the only place I know. I mean, I'm being as spiritual as I can be, Mooji. You know, encourage something, and I'm saying, no, even this also. You see? Don't try and figure it out so much, but you can see, but even this, it is not stable. It is not your stable self you're speaking from. It is still the mood. It is still an identity that you are speaking from. You see? That's saying, you know, yes, I don't know where the mind is getting energy from. It's getting energy from you. From your belief, you being in that role, still believing that somehow if the mind stops, then maybe I will be. But that's not your ultimate state. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Something is there, you see, to say like, you know, but I mean, if I go beyond what I know of myself to be myself, then what is there? There's nothing left. Go to the place where there's nothing left. Because you will still be there. You have to find the one thing that cannot be lost. You have to find the thing which the mind cannot change. It's beyond mood. The mind will eat your mood. Everything that you perceive, it will say, this is mine. If not now, soon. I eat everything that you see. You have to find that which the mind cannot eat. In a strange way, the mind is helping you. It's saying, listen, show me something, this, I love that. Show me this, I love this one. But my sadhana, I love it. My family, I'll have it. But my dreams and aspirations, I love that. Okay? My belief in God, have it. Okay? But my compassion for life, very juicy. Can you produce something that he cannot eat? My meditation, it's gone. The meditator, gone. Can you find something the mind cannot eat, you see? Now you have come to a very defining moment now. Maybe some things were a bit hazy for you. Maybe I can still do this and that, but you're still in the playing field. The mind says, yes, I'll help you, actually. Come with me. I'll help you. Because whatever you do here, I will eat. Either for breakfast, or for lunch, or for dinner. I'll eat it even in sleep, I'll eat. Okay? So you have to find now that which it cannot eat. Eating means that it is impermanent. It is impermanent.
Yeah, it's becoming silent now.
Even becoming silent is what, Torso? It's not waiting to become more silent even. That which is not waiting even to become more silent. Mind gave you a little ice cream there. It's becoming silent. I said, not even that. And now?
Well, there's perception that the mind tries to trick around. Like,
Yes, but
Yeah,
are
it's
you
just-
trickable?
no, I don't care really. It's just
Good. So the mind can only be tricky if you are trickable. You have to go to that place beyond tricks, even God's tricks. How long will it take? How much distance is it to go there?
it's there all the time, but it's of course I cannot grab it, and
Who need to grab it?
nobody.
No, be honest now, because I want to take your words as truth now. So what you speak you must be one with your word. When you and your words are the same, you're free. Don't give cliches or answers that you've read. It has to come out of your own book. Mind is very essential component in this play. It has to be there. Otherwise, there's no transcendence. And transcendence is the name of the game. Thank you very much. Transcendence is the name of the game. You keep looking and say, okay, and this something, and you're buying, you're putting your hand in your pocket to get money for the mind. And somebody goes, no, leave, don't buy. Yeah, but it's very nice. Yeah, but don't buy. Okay.
Perception is there.
Yeah, perception is there. Perception itself is being perceived. Yeah. Just be here. That. It's a non-movement. Its place is here. I'm not asking you to be stiff. I'm just saying recognize that, which is not in the game. It's not in the bubble of all this play. Once you come out of it, then you can go back into it if you want to say like that. But come out first. You follow? Come out first, then go in if you want. But don't try and do it being in. You cannot be in the ocean and try and dry yourself. You cannot do it. So come out of it, no? And I'm showing you now. Very simple. But something is still, playing inside, But, there is this, but. But this thing, but. You see? And you watch the butt. Kick the butt, actually. Huh? Something is but and something is not but. Be there. Then you will find soon, very soon, even today, no? That the term being there becomes redundant also. There's only that. I can't say to space, become more space. It is space. It is always pure. I can't tell you become more awareness. There's no more awareness. Unless you say awareness of something. But awareness itself. You see, something is still susceptible to the voice of the mind. It's still somehow, still has some influence. Even in the deepest regions of the being, he's still there. He'll be there. He will be in God's pillowcase. He will try to speak something. And yet you will use him to serve your freedom. Say something.
Somehow awareness doesn't find words.
Awareness doesn't find words. Yeah, it's okay. Good. Are words needed?
No.
When you are the awareness itself?
No.
Are you totally satisfied?
No.
That's the kind of marriage we have. I can only point. The rest is completed inside your heart, isn't it? Just like someone cannot taste for you, they cannot experience for you, no? Just we point, no? Then it points out also how the resistance plays, the mechanism of the mind when it's under the influence of egoic desire and so on, and identity, how it plays. And in front of you, you see all of this. It's on your laptop. You are watching everything. I say, watch, but don't log in. Can you do it? The finger wants to go up. Enter. You see? Then I say, but watch, the finger is also part of the screen, okay? Thank you. See? You have to win this game. Steady yourself a little bit. It's the greatest game on earth. You are here to win yourself back. We're here to win ourselves back. From what? From delusion, from the hypnosis of conditioning, and false and limited identification with the impermanent self. And it's a battle. Don't be lazy. If you're lazy, you'll fall by the wayside very easy. Don't be weak. You are not naturally weak. But you must understand this I principle. You must understand what it is, because it fluctuates. Because it is the most, I say, it is the slimmest letter in the alphabet. And yet the whole world is hiding behind it. What is this I? Because it can be, I can become person, you see. I can be the presence. I can be also the absolute. But you must discern when you say I, what you are speaking. If you watch the I, you will get something. Because God says I. But the devil also say I. Then you will have to find out which I is being represented. When you say, I don't get it, it's difficult for me, then you must not go, what is the difficulty? Go to the I. Yeah? What is the substance of the I? Look under the kilt of the I. Look what he is. We say like that. Check him out. Otherwise, we are speaking, I did this and this thing happened to me, and we're getting away with it because nobody has stopped you. Suppose somebody stop you and say, excuse me, stop a moment before you go any further. What you're speaking as I as what? You say, oh, you're very rude. Isn't it? Because we have an unquestioned relationship with I. And whenever the light comes towards it, it doesn't matter if the light comes towards the projections of I, we talk about it and make a lot of stories about it. But when something about you as I is what? Who are you? Then somehow there is some tension, some fear, some discomfort. Look at that discomfort, you see. And if you can watch the discomfort or the uncomfortable I, you cannot be that also. You must be watching from some distance. Who are you, the watcher? The watcher also comes as I. What is the substance of the watching I? Is it impartial? Then you see, no, it still has a preference for something. Then it is not yet also the impersonal one. As soon as that is seen, a deeper space of observing comes. Still subtle, the sense I is present. Yeah? Does it have religion? Does it have gender? It scans something. The intellect of the being is scanning it. it finds nothing. Does it have religion? Does it have projections? Does it have a future? Nothing. It only announces I. But not I am this, I am that. No, it's finished. Then somehow no more energy is left in you. Then you abide in that I. And that is the power of self-inquiry. It is not complex. It only feels complex. Actually, it's the mind that is complex. The inquiry is actually very simple. But it appears to be the reverse, because the complex mind, as I said, truth is simple, but the seeker of truth is complex. And it has to get out of its own way. Not an easy thing. How is it going to do that? When the deeper consciousness observes that the seeking or the apparent seeker is itself only a play of the mind, fattened by belief and identity, imbues to that state a sense of reality it does not naturally have. So we are here, let your mind be immersed in the energy field of satsang. And naturally a reorientation is taking place, naturally, spontaneously. You see? Resistances will come. Never feel that you're out of it. Oh yes, now I'm out of it now. Yeah? Because quick you'll be ambushed by some other thoughts. Yeah? Simply keep quiet and observe the traffic of thought and feelings, emotions and so on, and learn not to identify. Live as though you're only your eyes for a while. I used to make a sort of joke and say, you are just become like two eyeballs floating in space with nothing behind them. Looking but no brain, just look. Now, it's not a very attractive picture, but at the same time, a very powerful sense of beingness is present in that empty seeing. And it brings silence to the other senses, and peace comes to your mind like that. How long will it take? Need not be long. It will be matched by your own earnestness.
The I calls itself awareness. It dresses as awareness, and the moment this is perceived, the I is again dressed as awareness. You know what I mean?
Yes. But you see, listen, this is so amazing. You say this thing, huh? The I itself dresses itself up as awareness. Huh? The I slips behind the eyeballs of the seer and says, look, all is empty. You see? How can such a subtle imposter be exposed? How? Huh? Because greater power is in you than is in delusions. You will feel something. You will have to come out. You see. It is good that at such a stage of your awakening that you are experiencing now, the subtlest place. You see, at one time your ego didn't have to go hiding. It just sits in the armchair, in the hammock of your head, and go, hey, oh, yes, boss, what do we do? Let's go so and so. But now you're beating him in the waking state now, and he has to go more subtle. He's creeping right inside now. He's taking on the color of awareness itself. Yes. He's saying, look. You see? But you saw that. You see that. You see? With what power did you discern such a subtle plot? You see, this is, I am so enjoying. You see, Because this is the very thing that is going to happen in you. You are somehow, you have to become also more refined. Your Dharma eye is becoming very sharp. So you can catch the ego in its most subtle state. How much more subtle can he get? Still you are perceived. The ego itself, the I itself, has adopted the awareness itself. It's just like, job done. You see? But you caught him, you know? You say, look, he's doing that. Then who are you and where is your location to observe even such a subtle plot?
It's behind.
Behind, see. Yeah. Is anything behind the behind?
No, maybe space.
Huh? Just the space of being.
Space.
You have any trouble now?
No.
No. Like this you defeated, you see. This, sometimes, Aziza was talking. Where's Aziza? Where are you? Stand up for a moment. Let them see you. Because I felt the day, turn around, let them see you. The day that she got up and spoke, because she's been fighting also with this looking, no? And she spoke just a week ago or so and expressed what was happening before. In the inquiry, sometimes feeling a bit like this and some trouble, and then inquire, who is happening with this, and suddenly a mood change. And she felt better. And she said, good, thank you. And then actually she got up recently and said what? That I saw that I was only doing the inquiry until I get a nice feeling. Some people, I was only using the inquiry like a painkiller. Or I was using it until as soon as I go, who am I? Somehow ping. Good. Now I can go and do my thing. So you abandon the inquiry to settle for a doggy biscuit, basically. Okay? And I said, look at that. I'm happy now you can say that. She decided I'm going to push through, because there was some hardcore stuff there that had to be pushed into it. And pushed. I am not going to give up on this. And then what happened? It has to crack open. Otherwise, the mind itself will convert its energy into a nice feeling for you. Or it will play dead like a possum. Who is doing this? And you go, it's dead. I killed the mind. Okay? And then you go off walking again. Next minute is walking with you again. You see? So something inside was becoming more mature in order to push the inquiry, not give up at the what seems like an easy moment. You are not inquiring for nice feelings. You're not inquiring for a momentary experience. The inquiry is to reveal your original self and your complete oneness as that. Not for feelings. Feelings come and go. It's still just another ice cream. It's just something like that. You see? And I gave example that I saw one documentary, they were doing training with the police and police dogs. And what was happening is that they're training the police dogs to smell for narcotics or for ammunition, this type of thing, bombs. And they train them very, very well. And then they send them, they hide these things in different places and send the dogs to go in, and they have to sniff, and they go around sniffing everything, sniff, 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 sniff. And then when they find something, they start to, they give the sense, I'm onto something here. And then now the others can go in and they say, okay, fine. thank you. Then they give the doggy biscuit. Then he's happy. Okay? He smelled the thing. He doesn't eat bums. Okay? He smelled, find it. Then only they give the reward. Now, some dogs, they go sniffing. And you come and give them the biscuit, they take the biscuit and they stop sniffing, you see. So this dog they reject. They say, this one is no good. He's too quick to go for the quickie, the quick feeling, the quick hit. No. The other one, you try and give him biscuit, he said, no, he doesn't want. The job is not finished. I have to find this thing. He doesn't eat that thing, but that's what he does. He find it. When he find it, he says, okay, boss, we got him. Then he said, give you a biscuit. You have to be like this with your inquiry. I don't want to come and give you just some nostalgic, sweet feelings and moment. It is okay, but it's nothing at all. You have come for transcendence. We don't know for how long we have been walking upon the face of this earth. We don't know. Huh? You don't know what your life, past one, was. Many people say they do and whatever, like that or whatever. You see? But I say the ways of the mind, of the ego mind, you see, they are ancient. But yourself is timeless. And you must come to know that. That is really the proper use of a human life. To find out the pearl of non-dual discovery. It is your own self. This is what the sages, all the wise beings, and the Buddhas and the Christs of this world, where they come from. This place, they come from this place. Where they go, this place, they go back. It's not easy for our, what I would call, cultured minds to understand and to comprehend these things like that. And I don't want to teach them. Because when you discover, as you're discovering the truth, what you need to know will sprout in you spontaneously. You don't have to go and read any encyclopedia about it, because all this knowledge is in you already. We have had a beautiful satsang today, because we've had good questions, good people have come to share their insights, and sometimes their doubts or uncertainties. And with those very examples, we are looking like into a very big mirror to look at also the processes that are arising inside our own being. We have to say thank you to them also. Thank you for being a mirror for my own seeking. At one time, you are going to be thanking everything in this world. Thank you for helping me to find my way home. Very good. Thank you. Okay, very good. As you like. That's enough. That's very good. Thank you. I would like us to take a moment and just to sit with that, because I feel that more than more, I want you to digest a little bit your own seeing. It doesn't require any pictures. It doesn't require any real effort of such. Because your being is not an effort. You're the effortless one. Don't give this to the mind. The mind will say, oh, effortless, it looks like lazy and all. This has nothing to do with this. such thoughts are only toxic. You don't simply, you come to rest. Your being is, you may say, at rest. It's even more subtle than that. From here, somehow, the functions of the mind, as thought, emotion, all of this is perceived without any strain, without any force. This is the wonderfulness of the consciousness. Your being is already here also. It just is. It has no tasks, but perception of the functioning of the manifest world occurs to it, reports to its presence. But it itself is not a busy state, it simply is. Recognize this now. Also, there is no need for waiting for something. This also is a habit of waiting for what is the next thing to eat, what is the next thing to experience, what is the next thing to do. This is just a thought, you see, and it cannot give anything to you because, look, your sense of being is already complete. It simply is. It's not on the way to something else. It simply is. This is the most important recognition. To observe, to recognize, to acknowledge, and to confirm. Simply, I am. No further descriptions are needed. You're not waiting, not hoping, not believing. It's like a state of neutrality, and quite pleasant. You did not create this. You're merely discovering this underlying power and presence. Becomes recognized when the attention is pulled away from the traffic of projections and sense object. Let your attention marinate in itself. Simply it is doing this by itself. And there's immense joy and silence and peace and contentment because it is your most natural state. And now you can observe that the senses continue to work, to function according to their own laws. They are not in the way. They are not blocking. Everything is one harmony. You have pulled your attention away from the traffic, the business of manipulation, projections, aspirations. You've gone beyond into only the core of your own being. There is no distance. You are not lost. You are fully here. And you're finding that your senses are functioning just fine. In a few moments, we'll be getting up. You'll find that your limbs are moving just fine. Your balance is still there. Your ability to do the functions that are necessary in life will not be impeded. In fact, they may be enhanced even, because your psychological mind is not interfering with your cosmic rhythm, your natural flow. Simple thing. So such ideas like something to change, something is missing, something to get, something to fix, something to reach, something to become. They are of no value to you right now because you are naturally in your own completeness. The mind wants to interpret on your behalf. It wants to tell you what this life is and how you should feel about it and who you are in it. And we have been customers in the past for this type of interaction. But now, resting inside your own naturalness, you see how much without need you are. There's nothing to decide here. Simply, you're in your natural harmony. That is it. As you move about today, somehow, if you can somehow keep your attention quietly in this place, it will be a beautiful noticing for you. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Do we have someone who is coming today?
shining in endless space. All I need is to be with you. All my cries have been heard. All I want is to rest inside your heart as wide as the world. I looked away. Your beauty, too much to bear. Where could I run? Your eyes, I'm found them everywhere. All I want is to sing to you the song that no one has heard. All my life has led me to a heart as wide as the world. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, oh, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, oh, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, oh, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, oh, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, oh, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, oh, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri